Great. So again, the extra credit is something that will be due at the end of a class, at the end of our class, which is May 5th at 11:59 p.m. So you have quite a bit of time to work on it, and it's not too tough either. The extra credit is going to be pretty similar to what you did for Project 2, but we can discuss that more once you get into it. So again, to get to your extra credit, you will need to go to your Moodle course page, and then down to extra credits. And then once you click in here, it'll be a PDF that you can go ahead and open up. And the majority of this PDF just talks about what a content management system is. And again, you might have heard this during your lecture, or you should have heard about it during your lectures, but we can cover this again very quickly. Content management system is just a way where you can publish your content online. It's pretty much a way where you can push updates and stuff so people can access them. Some examples of content management systems, and again, I would advise just reading through this as it's interesting, but some of these content management systems are things like WordPress, Weebly, and Wix. And what these are just essentially website builders, but are also content management because they do more than just build your website. They host your content online and they allow you to search for it too. And of course, CMSs, as they're denoted, or content management systems, are becoming more famous. And what we want to do for our extra credit here, of course, at the bottom is where the full explanation is. You're going to go ahead and answer two questions here. So the first question you're going to ask is you're going to take a look at these content management systems, and you can go ahead and just type them in online. For instance, Weebly has lots of interesting items online. It's a nice website builder that you can look at. And of course, you don't need to make an account or anything like that or buy anything. I would say, take some time to look around it and see who it's made for. And for instance, if I type in WordPress instead, and I take a look at what WordPress has, WordPress is actually not as simple to build as Weebly is. So Weebly is a bit more geared towards people who don't really want to learn too much about the backend or anything, more so drag and dropping. And WordPress is for people who are a bit more involved with, WordPress is releasing a drag and drop builder too, but there's a bit more things that you could do with WordPress. So the first thing that you're going to do is take a look at the CMSs and see which one that you like. And then the second one is you're going to pick a target audience. And the target audience, the reason why you're picking that is because you're going to write a blog post for this content management system you picked earlier. So write a blog post for WordPress, for Weebly, or for Wix. And what you're going to write about is really up to you guys. You can pick any service or products that you choose. A good example of this, though, might be actually writing about the management system itself. In essence, you could write a blog post about Weebly. If you have a background in online web development or web dev work, you might be able to talk a bit more about how Weebly does it. If you don't, you might be able to talk about how, as a newcomer to the field, how it feels to try to use it. Of course, this is all just theoretical. You guys don't need to actually go out and use these or anything. But this is just to try and get your head turning about what you might write about. If you want to write about landscaping services, about mechanics, about some companies you've seen as well, that's completely fine too. But just make sure that you try to answer these two questions as well. So I would say before you figure out the product and service you want to write about, see which type of these guys appeal to you, and then try to figure out your target audience as well. Of course, your target audience is going to be deduced by what you're writing about too, but just take some time to look through these. And so in general, there's a bit more to this than what we normally did, but this extra credit is pretty similar to what we did for Project 2. And a majority of us did do Project 2, which is great. And Project 2 again, if I can open it. I hope I'm not wrong here. Oh, excuse me. Project 2 is a bit about an advertorial as well. You don't need to make it as detailed as an advertorial. I think the guest blogger one was Project 3, actually. Sorry, everyone. It's a bit late. There we go. So for Project 3, you picked a website and then you talked about it as a guest blog. So in a bit of a similar fashion, what you're going to do for your extra credit is you're going to pick one of these sites or one of these CMSs around, research it a little bit, make up a service or a product that you want to write about, and then write for that platform. And then also remember to just answer these 2 questions. Again, this one isn't too hard. It shouldn't take too long either. Of course, I don't like saying that this stuff is easy. But of course, if you just take some time to look at it and then write about a service or product that you would like, this one's very straightforward. It's very similar to Project 3, except there's a bit more added in with picking out which CMS that you would like to use this on, and then who your target audience is as well. And again, that is, and then the rubric is attached down here. But again, this is pretty straightforward. And of course, if you have any questions, you are free to ask them as well. Awesome. So let me stop my screen share here. Let me stop my recording.